Hello everyone, and welcome. I'm excited to have you here today. We're going to talk about effective strategies for exam success in your first year. The full title of our presentation is How to Prepare and Pass an Examination as a First-Year University Student. Over the next few minutes, I'll share some useful tips and insights to help you succeed academically. So let's get started. Welcome everyone. Today we're diving into the University Examination Success Guide. This presentation is designed to help you navigate your exams more effectively and achieve the best results possible. We'll cover key strategies, tips, and insights that can make a real difference in your exam preparation and performance. So, let's get started and explore how you can set yourself up for success throughout this process. Let's talk about the shift in assessment style we're seeing nowadays. University exams are no longer just about memorizing facts. They now focus more on understanding concepts and applying knowledge. This means students are expected to think independently and demonstrate a deeper level of learning. It's a change that challenges students to engage more critically with their studies. Now, moving on to the importance of preparation. Success in these exams really hinges on disciplined preparation. It's about developing effective study techniques and planning your revision strategically. Remember, it's not just about innate intelligence. Consistent effort and good habits make a huge difference. Next, let's consider some common challenges faced by students, especially those in their first year. Many students experience anxiety, struggle with managing their time effectively, or find the exam formats unfamiliar. These challenges can be daunting, but they can be managed with realistic coping strategies. Finally, building long-term success is key. Applying good study habits regularly doesn't just help you do well on exams, it supports your overall academic achievement and personal growth. Developing these habits now will benefit you throughout your university journey and beyond. Let's talk about the purpose of university exams. They're really designed to assess more than just your ability to memorize facts. They look at how well you understand the material, how you can apply it in different situations, and your critical thinking skills. So, exams are not just about recalling information, they're about demonstrating deeper learning. Moving on to question types and skills. You'll notice that exam questions often ask you to explain concepts, compare ideas, solve problems, or evaluate different scenarios. These types of questions are meant to test your ability to think critically and engage with the content on a meaningful level, rather than just regurgitating facts. Now, regarding student independence, it's really important that you actively engage with your materials and interpret them on your own. Preparing effectively for exams means you can't just rely on passive review. You need to develop your understanding independently and think critically about the content. And finally, being aware of the exam format is crucial. Knowing the structure of your exams, whether they involve essays, multiple-choice questions, or problem-solving tasks, helps you prepare strategically. Using past papers and feedback from assignments can give you a clear idea of what to expect and how to approach your revision more effectively. So, overall, understanding these aspects of university exams helps you become a more confident and strategic learner, ready to showcase your true understanding and skills. Now, let's talk about some of the common challenges first-year students face as they adjust to university life. One major challenge is adapting to the faster-paced and less guided nature of university lectures. Unlike high school, students are often expected to take more responsibility for their learning, which can be overwhelming at first. Next, many students struggle with time management. Balancing lectures, assignments, and social activities can feel like a lot to handle, especially if there's no effective plan in place. Without good planning, it's easy to feel overwhelmed or fall behind. Another big issue is academic pressure and anxiety. The fear of failure and the high expectations placed on students can cause a lot of stress and worry, which can really reduce confidence, especially when it comes to exams. Lastly, some students rely on ineffective study habits, like rereading notes passively. While it might seem helpful, this approach doesn't really help retain information or prepare you well for exams. Developing better study strategies is crucial for success. All these challenges are normal, but recognizing them is the first step toward overcoming them and making the most of your university experience. Creating a realistic timetable is really the foundation for effective studying. By including all your lectures, assignments, and even breaks, you can better organize your time. This approach helps you stay on track and, importantly, prevents burnout by giving yourself scheduled downtime. Prioritizing study tasks is also crucial. Tackle difficult subjects first, when your energy is highest, and use tools like to-do lists or digital planners to keep track of what needs to be done and when. Balancing work and rest is equally important. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, incorporating exercise, and allowing time for relaxation. This balance helps maintain focus and reduces stress, making your study time more productive. And remember, good time management isn't just about getting things done. It also reduces panic and helps you develop consistent study habits. Overall, managing your time wisely is key to feeling prepared and confident for your exams. Now, let's look at some effective ways to engage with your studying material. First up is summarizing concepts in your own words. This is a powerful technique because it really deepens your understanding and helps you remember the information better. When you rephrase ideas, you're actively processing the content, which makes it stick more. Next, practicing with exam questions is incredibly helpful. Whether they're past questions or ones you create yourself, this practice helps you spot where your gaps are and get comfortable with the test format. It's like training your brain to handle the real thing more confidently. Then there's teaching the material aloud. Explaining concepts as if you're teaching someone else not only clarifies your own thinking, but also highlights areas that need more work. It's a great way to reinforce what you've learned. Lastly, using visual learning tools such as diagrams, mind maps, and flowcharts can make complex information much clearer. These tools help organize your thoughts and show how ideas are connected, making the whole learning process more visual and engaging. All of these techniques, summarizing, practicing questions, teaching, and visual tools, are about actively involving yourself with the material. They're key to making your study sessions more effective and memorable. Let's talk about the importance of starting early with your revision. Beginning weeks ahead allows you to transfer knowledge gradually from short-term to long-term memory, making recall much easier when it really counts. It's all about giving yourself enough time to understand and internalize the material deeply. Next, I highly recommend using past exam papers. Practicing these helps you identify common questions and patterns, which not only boosts your confidence, but also improves your time management skills during the actual exam. It's like a rehearsal that prepares you for what's to come. Now, focusing on key topics is crucial. Prioritize those important areas highlighted in your course outlines and feedback. This way, your revision becomes more efficient because you're honing in on what truly matters, rather than spreading yourself too thin. Finally, studying in groups can be very beneficial. Group revision helps clarify concepts through discussion and can introduce you to new perspectives. However, it's important to stay structured and focused during these sessions to ensure they remain productive and aligned with your goals. All these strategies tie into the bigger picture. Effective revision is about planning ahead, practicing smartly, focusing on what's important, and leveraging collaboration wisely. Let's talk about the importance of sleep. Getting enough rest before your exam is crucial because it helps consolidate your memory and improves your focus during the test. When you're well rested, your brain is better equipped to recall information and stay alert. On the other hand, lack of sleep can seriously impair your performance, making it harder to concentrate and think clearly. So, prioritizing good sleep is one of the best ways to set yourself up for success. Now, let's talk about the importance of careful exam reading. It's crucial to read the entire exam thoroughly before starting. This helps you understand exactly what each question requires, including the instructions, how marks are allocated, and any specific details you need to pay attention to. Taking this time up front can prevent mistakes and save you from missing key parts of a question later on. Next, effective time management is essential. I recommend allocating your time based on the marks assigned to each question. This way, you can ensure that you're spending enough time on the more heavily weighted questions. Also, don't forget to answer the easier questions first. This approach can boost your confidence early on and secure quick points, leaving more time for the tougher ones. Moving on to structured, clear answers. This is about organizing your response so it's easy to follow. Start with a brief introduction, then develop your points in well-structured paragraphs, and finish with a conclusion if needed. Remember to show your calculations where applicable, especially if partial marks are on the line. Clear, logical answers not only make grading easier, but also demonstrate your understanding. Finally, always use any remaining time to review your answers. Check for any errors, clarify your responses if needed, and make sure you've answered all questions thoroughly. A quick review can catch mistakes and give you the opportunity to improve your work before submitting. Understanding exam anxiety is really important because it's something many of us experience, and it can actually affect how well we perform. When you're anxious, it can be harder to concentrate, remember what you've studied, and even feel confident in your abilities during the test. Recognizing this is the first step to managing it effectively. Now, one of the best ways to combat exam anxiety is through preparation. When we prepare consistently, by reviewing material regularly and practicing exam questions, we build confidence. This ongoing practice helps reduce that feeling of uncertainty that often fuels anxiety. The more prepared you feel, the more at ease you'll be on exam day. Additionally, incorporating relaxation techniques can make a big difference. Techniques like deep breathing, mindfulness, or light physical activities such as stretching or walking can help calm your nerves before and during the exam. These methods help to center your mind and body, making it easier to stay focused. Finally, having a positive mindset and focusing on yourself rather than comparing to others is crucial. Avoid negative self-talk, which can spiral into more anxiety, and instead, concentrate on your personal progress. Celebrating small improvements boosts your confidence and shifts your focus from worry to achievement. All these strategies, understanding, preparation, relaxation, and positive mindset, are key parts of managing exam anxiety and helping you perform at your best. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on our exam performance. Reflecting after exams is really valuable because it helps us identify our strengths and pinpoint areas where we need to improve. This process isn't just about recognizing what went well, but also about guiding our future study efforts to be more effective. Next, it's important to analyze our exam results carefully. By doing so, we can spot patterns. Maybe we're strong in some topics but struggle with others. We might notice issues like time management or specific subjects that challenge us the most. Understanding these patterns allows us to tailor our study strategies going forward. Seeking feedback from lecturers is another key step. Their insights can shed light on how we're being assessed and offer tips on how to improve our answers. Sometimes, a little guidance from an expert can make a big difference in how we approach future exams. Finally, it's crucial to maintain perspective and resilience. Remember, one exam doesn't define your overall ability or potential. Instead, view assessments as opportunities for growth. They help us learn, adapt, and build resilience, skills that are essential for long-term success.